Alright, here we are, back in Wuthering Waves, ready to do more story. I gotta say, I just really like this area. A lot of people online have been comparing it to a zone in Elden Ring called Crumbling Farum Azula, basically just floating ancient structures up in the sky. Which I can kind of see, you know. Except Crumbling Farum Azula is much more crumbly. Okay. So we can talk to the characters for, I guess, a little bit more exposition.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember.
Alright, about the Dark Tide.
It is paradise.
I take it you don't mean that in a good way.
It is a place where sickness, hunger, sorrow, despair, and dullness of heart cease to exist. There, deacons sing eternal hymns. From a literal standpoint, this line describes the Dark Tide perfectly. In the beginning, the Dark Tide would claim only the areas it touched, assimilating all life as its vanguard to clear the way for its spread. The dead, they would grow mouths and sing hymns, day and night. They didn't need eyes or ears, for their purpose was to spread blindness and madness.
Ooh, that actually evokes a very interesting visual. So, is it like reanimating the dead? Oh, I don't like it.
Even those who did not believe were drawn irresistibly to the Leviathan's creed, and for those already deceived, it was all but inevitable. When a soul is corrupted to its core, it will sing hymns without end on its sleepless journey to merge with the Dark Tide. And when every faithful soul has returned to paradise, the land consumed by the Dark Tide will begin its pilgrimage, drawn by darkened skies, spreading its gospel to wherever it lands next. The final act of the Dark Tide is the journeying paradise.
Is this the future you saw after coming into contact with the Dark Tide?
Yes. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember.
Okay, seriously, they're like a plague that kills everything and then resurrects it only to like make it scream is pretty metal. I like that.
That was its name before it became a sonorosphere. This seminary, built on an island, was not just a place of learning, but also a sanctuary for raising dragon echoes.
What did they teach?
The Order's scriptures, geography, history, and combat skills.
Shouldn't a seminary focus more on cultural arts?
This was a seminary reserved only for resonators, so naturally, their talents were put to more practical use. Besides, the doctrine of salvation emphasized the importance of combat. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember.
Right, we're also looking for the other swords. We need 3 swords total to do the thing.
The Sword of Discord, Hogness, and the Sword of Virtue, Haltia. I can't remember anything else about Hogness, but as for Haltia, it was my former blade. How did it end up being one of the swords that can break the seal?
So, okay, maybe she's not bad because she held the Sword of Virtue.
Perhaps we'll know once we find it.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember.
You don't need to stand so far away, you know. Give me a hug.
It's safer this way. You should get some rest. We'll be counting on you again tomorrow.
You know, I like it when stories kind of take a little break and do like a camp scene or something like that. Final Fantasy X really springs to mind, where you have a bit of time in the story to digest what's going on, kind of go over it, ask questions, talk to the characters. I think Final Fantasy in general is pretty good at doing that. Oh yeah, and here's my sword.
Now, what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
Is it true that the Phasalia family was one of the factions that started the conflict in that stained glass?
The leader of one such faction, to be exact. That was a long time ago. After their defeat, the Union was disbanded under immense pressure, and the Phasalias gradually withdrew from the public eye.
Is this why you had no choice but to publicly change your beliefs?
No. The reasons for the Phasalia family relinquishing their pride and enduring disgrace are far more intricate than that.
What do you mean?
Long ago, Turvin was actually given to the Phasalia family by the first Primus, Napoli II. When the conflict had settled, he arranged a private meeting with the head of the family to reveal the truths behind the pilgrimage. He told the Phasalias that when he traveled through the first dark tide and reached its end, there was no sanctuary, only a battlefield filled with darkness and suffering.
Okay, so basically they know that everything that the church is teaching is basically a bunch of bullshit. Like the voice acting here. Yeah, they've got some really nice voice actors for the characters. Especially for her. If you listen to her combat sounds, so good.
The heavenly voices he heard were not revelations from the divinity, but the seductive whispers of the Threnodian, casting a lure for puppets to bite. As I told you before, Leviathan is a Threnodian who uses beliefs to spread a spiritual plague. You see, it requires a puppet to carry its voice.
I like the idea that ideas themselves and their transmission, like I guess the transmission of negative ideas, is, being likened to the transmission of disease.
The Sentinel realized the Threnodians' plots, and thus the first Dark Tide was launched as a hasty reaping of Raguna and the Sentinel. To save Raguna from the grim fate brought by the Dark Tide, the Sentinel split a portion of their power and entrusted it to Napoli II. This power allowed him to imbue the echoes with the strength to repel the tacit discords and purify the Dark Tide.
Alright. Notice how my character's gaze is not looking downward. Good man. Her eyes are up there, roughly.
And this power was released through the lantern depicted in the stained glass?
Yes. The other part was kept inside Turvin. It was in that very moment, when the Sentinel's power had been weakened, that the Threnodian corrupted and merged with their body, transforming the Sentinel into the form you see today.
If what you're saying is true, the first Primus should have been on Imperator's side. Did the spiritual plague you mentioned affect him?
Although the Primus's body remained whole, his soul was torn apart, caught in the ceaseless struggle between the Threnodian and the Sentinel. Within the body they now shared. The Sentinel's power failed to shield the Primus from the Threnodian's influence. As the two divinities vied for dominance, he succumbed to many misdeeds against his own people. In the end, during that private meeting, he confessed the truth to the head of the Thessalias and begged for release.
So that's why he passed so abruptly.
The Thessalia family was powerless against the Order at that time. Our only recourse was to submit to their cause and keep the secret locked away in our hearts, waiting for the right moment to act.
Okay. I feel like no matter which angle I position this conversation in, her boobs just like... I can't not look at them.
Now what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
You were pretty harsh on Cartethyia.
Before I learned of those record secrets, I had only seen her from afar, heard tales of her accomplishments. While I would be willing to believe she stands with humanity, the more I allow myself to cling to such thoughts, the more I must strip them away and think rationally. It's only then I can be certain these thoughts are my own, and not the whispers I hear in the dark. Now what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
That's kind of a rational stance to take when you know that you have a family curse to eventually go insane. But then how do you know that you're going insane if you're being affected by insanity? Isn't like a symptom like not even knowing that your reality is warped? Okay, about the divine trials.
A trivial experiment. A test designed to find those with the strongest wills and force them into resonating with Turvin. Yet after trying for so long, all we got was the answer, the maiden is dead.
I don't think she wants to continue this conversation. Better to stop pressing.
Now what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
Okay.
Well, I don't intend to wait around either.
Are you going to search those areas we passed before? Alone?
The more clues, the better, don't you think? Oh, and take this. Afraid I've slipped something extra in? Or perhaps you're contemplating dinner with me.
I'm just curious why the matriarch of the Thessalia family packs her own food.
Food is always an easy target for those who find me less than pleasing.
Fair. Oh, she gave me a panini. Panini? Okay, speaking of which, I remember somebody mentioned last time that I should have a pizza on me in order for some story choice in the future. Let me see if I have any pizza. I don't think I do. Have some soup. Or the laurel salad. Should I go and cook some? Nice, I can make one.
You mean besides being squashed behind that blue thing? Yeah, I guess. Listen, I figured something out about that frequency. It's not a single frequency. It's like it's mixed up with something else. Or kinda like a piece of cookie that's been crumbled in with everything else.
I think he's talking about the energy that we got when we touched the Master Sword. Is this creature Wu was Paimon? It is. I would say it's not really equivalent to Paimon though, because Abby only really talks when he's relevant to the story, whereas Paimon is kind of like the narrator for Genshin. So Paimon is like ever present, always there, always yapping, whereas Abby is actually like the whole story of this area revolves around curing him of whatever affliction he has.
Which is why it's so hard to get a good bite.
Also, I find his voice much less annoying.
To see if it was a threat. I can now say with certainty that it isn't. But since it's a crumbling mess, other than taking up space, it's pretty useless.
We might encounter something similar at the next 2 pedestals. Keep an eye on this for me, will you?
Will do. You can count on me. 100%.
The night passes in silence. Cantarella is the first to wake and notice the subtle sounds coming from outside. Oh, now we get to play as her. Mother Jellyfish. Okay, listen to her voice when she does her ultimate ability.
Sleep in the whispers of sirens. Hey? I thought I'd slip away quietly and avoid any fuss. But now, here I am dealing with all of you. Since you're all here, how about a morning stroll?
Easy.
They're a lot feistier than before.
Need help?
I'm here too.
Endure and defy. Down with the curtain.
Easy peasy.
Well, this is where our paths must part.
You're here for the Sentinel. Why would you leave now?
What I saw yesterday caught my attention. It may be tied to the Sentinel. And besides, I'd rather not spend the day twiddling my thumbs, seeing as your gondola only holds 2.
Are you sure you want to go alone?
Such concern for me. I do hope to see the fruits of your labor when I return. Mind if I take Turvin?
Go ahead. It's no use now that it's out of the pedestal. Its energy is gone.
It may still come in handy.
I'll add you in my terminal. Call me if you need help.
I just might ring you up once things are settled.
Okay. You open your terminal and exchange contact info. Cantarella leaves with Turvin. Man, I thought we were going to get to keep it. Maybe that'll be later in the story. The lore behind her family is that they're slowly being driven insane by Leviathan, which is like a dark entity. And so she had to like kill the previous head of the family because they were being driven insane. Trust thy neighbor, else land will stay fallow. Unite the isles, else levees will stay unbuilt. Brothers and sisters, let the sky, the land, and the seas be united. The path to righteousness is lit by the sacred fire of unity.
Sounds like they're talking about one of the 3 major belief systems, the faith of unity. I don't remember the pieces being spread out like this. Maybe we could find a way to move them.
Oh, sounds like an environmental puzzle.
Let's give it a try. We still need to rebuild the waterway. There's no point in finding Hogness if we can't repair the waterway. At that distance, we should take a wing ray.
I'll have to guide it.
Hold on tight. Don't go falling off.
Whee!
Wind, guide me.
Excuse me, are you going to come alive and fight me?
That one. It isn't supposed to be here. There's a gravity calibrator up ahead. Let's put it to good use.
Alright. The hilt platform of the Statue of Divine Justice radiates strong remnant energy. Before proceeding, adjust your gravity direction to be perpendicular to the platform.
That's our goal, right there. But how do we move it?
Help me guide the wing ray to the top of the statue.
Of course, but what do you have in mind?
Casting a plunging attack above the hilt platform will cause the statue to descend, triggering a section of the ruin to move. Okay. Oh, I see. So the statue is floating above the pedestal it was supposed to be set into.
Is this really okay?
Saves us the trouble of finding some trigger mechanism.
And now everything's sideways. This is actually kind of disorienting. Okay. I'm looking forward to being able to like fully explore this area after we beat the story. Oh, little dragon echoes. Or I guess they're bad guys.
Are these the so-called dragons?
Is that a problem?
They're so small and cute.
Yeah, the last one was bigger.
Which last one?
Ganem. Ever heard of it?
I used to ride it.
Oh, wait. Is Ganem... Oh, damn, I can't open the map. Is that the big dragon that we fought? The skeleton dragon?
It's Hogness. There's a gravity calibrator behind the collapsed wall we just passed. We can use it to reorientate ourselves. The remnant spark should be able to incinerate the thorns on the left. It's identical to the last statue.
Right, we just gotta do the same thing. Smash it down. Oh, and there's something below there too.
Same as before. I'll handle it.
Wind, guide me.
I just don't like the gameplay.
Leave it to me.
Dragons!
No hesitation. I sense your weakness.
Oh, they're ranged.
The end has come. Bad timing. Strike from the shadows.
Exactly, like... Just because a lot of people like something doesn't mean that it's the best thing.
It's okay. I'm just doing my part.
Again, I think my favorite comparison is McDonald's versus like a good burger joint. You know, McDonald's is going to be making billions of dollars, whereas your local burger place probably isn't. But we know which one has the better burgers. It's just McDonald's has, you know, the popularity factor. It's got widespread distribution, marketing, logistics, all that stuff. And as a result, they make a shit ton of money. But their product is inferior quality. Or, you know. I keep thinking that there's going to be something in this direction, but clearly there's not. So we just have to shift all the way to the opposite side. Oh, X-File, when you come visit, there's a cool burger place called Stacked STL that's pretty close to us, and they have a lot of very interesting burgers there. And actually the barbecue, wait, is this not right? What direction does it want me to go in? Sideways? This is what happens when I split my attention. And actually the barbecue place that we went to a couple days ago with Sparks and Otter, actually, okay, so this is the right way. I wasn't feeling very hungry, so I just got like a grilled cheese sandwich, but their grilled cheese had like pickled onions and I'm trying to remember what else. It was like really unique. Oh, now we can fly. There we go.
We're still missing an area. But where?
Over there.
Alright, and this one is sideways, so this is when we shift.
That might be too high for the wing ray.
Same as before. I'll handle it. Let me remove the sword. At least you won't come to harm if it's a trap.
We'll do it together.
But...
If it's a trap, we stand a better chance together.
No traps.
I was kind of hoping there would be a trap.
How does it feel to trust me?
It feels good. Why don't you call Foam over? Try whistling. Like this.
The blade exudes an aura as deep
Here
and
goes.
mysterious as the abyss of the sea. Okay.
The way you were when you saw the plushy echo. It was... unexpected. I think the martyrdom of the blessed fleur-de-lis needs a rewrite.
What's that?
A play about you, written by Cristoforo the playwright.
Oh, how did he portray me?
Ahem. I would rather hear the joyous songs of the masses than any solemn hymn of remembrance. Perhaps the Sentinel feels the same.
I'd never say that.
In the end, no matter what anyone else says, as long as you stay true to yourself, everything will be alright. Doesn't matter if it's the Threnodian or the Sentinel. They don't get to change who you are.
And I just realized we have another sword after this one, so still a ways to go. Alright, we put the sword in, and another seal breaks, right? I knew it. And then we get to go inside. Alright, this looks like the fight between the good guys and the bad guys. Lots of bodies on the ground.
Fleur-de-Lis, my resonator, why dost thou persist? Why abandon thy oath? Why hinder the spread of my gospel?
You are a false divinity. Gehenna will reveal the truth.
Gehenna, the lone dragon to have escaped. The one blessed by the dark tide shall return to us. Continue thy disobedience at the risk of insanity. Look around. Thou hast none left. My most beloved resonator. Why persist in the error of thy ways?
I will never forget my cause. If divinity takes up arms against the innocent, I will raise my sword against divinity. With the support and hope of countless souls, I stand before you. They fell, so I may rise!
You saw that too? Gehenna, the one you mentioned earlier. What happened to him?
He's found peace. We might have killed him.
Thank you. Anna, Casatomo, Olnat, everyone. I am finally able to face all of you. I am not your enemy, and your sacrifices were not in vain.
Hey, Rover, just now there was...
Shh. Later. Someone needs a quiet moment.
Sorry you had to see me lose my composure. I found my true self again. It doesn't matter if I am indeed the Threnodian's resonator. Because I know who to stand by and who to cut down. Some of my memories have returned, thanks to you and Cantarella.
Feeling better?
No, not yet. Not until we free the Sentinel and defeat the Threnodian. That is why we need to investigate the frequency you absorbed earlier.
Haha! My turn to shine.
He winked at us. Cute.
That blue thingy in your tacit mark totally tastes like Threnodian.
I thought so, but...
The Threnodian's energy has also been split. Could it be the work of the Sentinel?
Like I said, it's mixed up with something. It's too tough to chew.
If the Sentinel splits their own energy to prepare the true Blessed Maiden, then why would they split off the Threnodian's energy and then channel it through Hobnis to the person who unsealed the passage?
Perhaps to weaken the Threnodian.
Possibly. But the Threnodian's energy would damage the body of the Sentinel's resonator. You wouldn't be affected, since Abby resides within you. But surely, a second frequency would interfere with the resonance of the Sentinel's true Blessed Maiden.
The answers might lie in the other frequencies that got mixed in.
Okay, so basically... the Sentinel put some of the bad energy into the bad sword? But we don't quite know why.
The answer might lie behind the third sealed passageway. Cartethyia is starting to make sense of things, but she'll need time to get her head straight. Same as before? We'll keep watch tonight and continue our journey tomorrow.
Of course.
Okay, so that took a whole in-game day. Got it. Oh wait, we can actually call Cantarella.
Good evening. How goes progress on your end?
Explain what I learned.
So, a portion of energy was split from the Threnodian.
Do you trust Cartethyia now?
Rover, the soul is like a boiling cauldron. You may know the ingredients you add, but who can predict what will come of it? It might become an elixir, or perhaps a poison, or perhaps it will simply fizzle away into nothingness. I've watched it happen far too many times. One must never grow complacent.
So, any updates on your end?
I found several things which may tip the scales in our favor.
Such as...
It would take too long to explain. And you deserve your rest, don't you? I will be there when your journey ends. We will speak of it then.
Okay. No information there.
Is there anything you'd like to discuss?
Tell me about Gehenna.
Dragon Tacet discords lived here long before the Renacita settlers arrived. With time and patience, the Order tamed them into echoes. They are fiercely intelligent and have their own social order. Gehenna was their king, and the only one we believed could lift the siege of the Dark Tide. We hoped he would bring us the truth, but it seems he failed. Is there anything you'd like to discuss?
Tell me about the Sentinel's Resonator.
I am a resonator born of the merge between the Sentinel and Threnodian. So, whose resonator am I? Do I belong to the Threnodian? Or the Sentinel? What does it really feel like to be the Sentinel's resonator?
Oh, we can tell her about Jinsi, who is Jue's Resonator.
Jue's resonator sounds like a woman of strong resolve. I would like to meet her someday. Is there anything you'd like to discuss?
That's all for now.
I need to clear my mind. I won't let my feelings get in the way of our journey tomorrow.
I haven't seen you eat at all. Do you want some food? Oh. There's a little lock icon here, so if we have the appropriate food, we can give it to her.
But
Which one should I choose? Do the salad? Okay.
Oh, yum! Laura's salad. My favorite.
A man named Bartolino once told me that the Sentinel recommended this dish to him during the Carnival.
What? My eyes are still peeled.
See anything useful?
Nope. Nada. Zilch. I can't shake the feeling that the two frequencies are somehow connected.
Imperator has the power to split energy, and Leviathan to merge and assimilate.
Yeah, coincidentally very polar opposite types of abilities.
So, the source of that connection might very well be Leviathan's powers at work.
Yeah, could be. Isn't there one last place to go? Who knows what you'll need to cram into your tacit mark next?
Soft singing rouses you from a light sleep.
Is that Cartethyia?
We're cheering off to. Aw.
Sorry I woke you.
It's fine, I couldn't sleep anyway.
Were you singing just then?
Yes, a farewell song from the people of Renacita. We usually sing it when a friend is about to leave. During that battle, I never got to say goodbye or mourn their passing.
So basically, what I got from that scene that it showed earlier is that the Threnodian, like, corrupted the Sentinel, right? All the Sentinel's followers were like, oh no, we gotta stop it. Which led to a battle, and it seems like everyone died except for her. And even she is kind of like in a state of limbo, because
Before my memories came back, I wasn't sure if I was worthy of paying them my respects. So now, even though I know these are just lingering frequencies, and they might not understand me, I want to say goodbye properly, and thank them. Do you think I'm fooling myself?
No. I'm sure they can feel what's in your heart. I'm not just saying that to comfort you. I believe it's possible. I once saw two friends, one who was already dead, reconcile with each other from within a sonorosphere. When frequencies are concentrated in one place, it's possible that the reverberations could still carry traces of human will.
nah, they're not truly alive.
Meaning?
They might still be able to hear and feel. Your voice, your goodbyes, your feelings. It could have reached them. After all, these frequencies are strong enough to manifest in the real world.
Really?
They haven't made a move against us. They must still remember you. Which means they can probably hear you too.
Nope, it's a ghost. She does give me Zelda vibes,
I'm
actually.
glad.
Like young Zelda from Ocarina of Time.
No. If they can still hear and feel, then the time for goodbyes hasn't come. I need to give them a real victory.
You can ease up a little. As long as their obsession holds and the sonorosphere stays intact, they won't vanish.
Bound by obsession, till relieved of duty.
Cartethyia?
Nothing. Just a stray thought.
Hey, since we know you don't carry any blame, should I call you Cartethyia or Fleur de Lis?
Cartethyia. Yes. Cartethyia will do.
I guess Fleur de Lis was like the official name within the church, right?
I want to stay here for a moment. Will you keep me company?
Of course. That's cute. Now it's daytime again. Come on, we got one more sword to find. Let's do it. Aw, they fell asleep there. That's gotta be uncomfortable.
Good morning.
Morning, Cartethyia.
It's time to go. Today is the day we settle this.
Alright, let's go.
Let's do it.
Phone was telling us to hurry up.
Oh, we can fly! I can't wait to be able to fly freely here. Up.
I wonder how Cantarella's doing.
We can call her if you're worried.
Wait, I'm not ready yet.
What?
Ever the early riser. Did you call to say good morning?
Good morning.
Is something the matter, Cartethyia?
I just wanted to know how you're doing.
So you do care. Good to know my efforts weren't wasted.
She hung up. Was that meant as encouragement?
Everyone shows kindness in their own way.
Yeah, look at this. Holy moly. Alright, I gotta stop getting distracted. Gotta get the final sword of destiny and truth or whatever.
Over there. That's Haltia.
That painting.
Altair, the sword of... I want to say sword of divinity is what they called it. Oh. Need friend to fight.
Cadanto.
Cadanto.
Who do you think he is? The hour is upon us. I sense your weakness.
Oh. Sorry, Cadanto. Not today. I'm guessing that's one of her former friends who died.
Let's finish rebuilding the waterway.
Altair, a blade that bears no traces of time. Oh yeah, it is the sword of virtue. Whoa. Whoa!
Identical to the last one.
Okay.
But we have to remove the shackles.
Oh, okay, so this time we can't just slam the statue into the ground. We have to break it free. But they switched things up this time. Now we get to use these doors to warp around, I think.
Bound by obsession, till relieved of duty. Oh, Cadento, won't you let go?
So we didn't kill him. We took a chunk of his health, but now he's even stronger.
Strike from the shadows. The end has come.
I'm going to break the chains.
Wait, I have an idea.
The obelisks and chains are interlinked. Smashing an obelisk also breaks the chains attached to it. Okay. Smash.
That is impressive.
Yeah, no big deal. Hang on, can we go in here though? Oh, nope.
Same as before.
Watch out!
Oh, he brought friends this time. That's not fair.
Strike from the shadows. The hour is upon us. No hesitation.
Okay. He's down.
Only two left now. Leave it to me. Coming back faster each time.
Whoa!
The
That was
end has come.
unexpected. He's coming back quicker, but he's got less and less health.
I sense your weakness.
Whoa!
No hesitation.
Time for you to go to
Moment
sleep,
of
Cadanto.
resonance. Leave it to me.
Watch out!
The hour is upon us. I sense your weakness. Strike from the shadows.
Broken.
Moment of resonance. No
Does
hesitation.
that mean he's finally been freed?
Good.
There. Now we can smash that statue back in.
The morph painting over there should allow us to reach the highest point.
Oh. Smash. Bare-handed too, that's gotta hurt. And now my favorite part, just riding around in the boat, enjoying the
You know
sights.
that echo well.
Cadanto was my first echo after I joined the Order. When I stood against the Threnodian, he took a mortal blow meant for me and fell to the dark tide. I never thought he'd come back as a tacit discord.
But he still recognized the sword and was still trying to protect it.
Haltia was my saber. I practiced with it often in sparring sessions with Cadanto. Looks like he's still trapped in the past, doesn't it?
So he had good intentions, but they were corrupted, which is very much in line with what the Threnodian does. Probably gonna have to come back here after stream and just take some screenshots. Again?
Yeah, he's a tough cookie.
Get him, Abby.
I want to eat. Huh?
Aw.
I'll handle this.
Do we get to suck him up as an echo?
Please, allow him to fight at your side.
Gotta catch 'em all. Oh, nice. So he actually is a new echo. I really like that transition effect. It's pretty much seamless. Okay. Here we go. Breaking the final seal. So I feel like we're getting to the climax of the story. Very exciting.
Fleur-de-lis, wilt thou return to me?
Oh, it's leaking on her. Gross.
Someone must expose your lies. As long as there is a sliver of hope, I will not give up.
Is that so? Then I shall reveal the truth. Fleur-de-lis, why dost thou resonate with me?
What?
Why dost thou hear into the minds of the faithful? Why dost thou act as my oracle? All this, and yet thou dost not question.
Shut up!
The answer is this. Fleur-de-lis, thou art my creation.
Oh.
I made thee, thy life, thy hopes, thy will, thy past. All that thou art, I made whole. I made perfect. I fed upon the trust, adoration, and longing heaped upon thee by the masses. Thy resonance brought forth the second dark tide.
Uh-oh.
What? Those clashing frequencies just calm down. That feels way better.
Looks like Abby settled down. It seems we were both affected.
Okay, but she's not freaked out?
I'm starting to remember everything, just like you sensed I would. The force that modulated the Sentinel and Threnodian's frequencies came from me. No, it wasn't what I originally intended. I think having you take it from here may be for the best.
So I think from... Maybe I might be completely off, but it sounds like the Threnodian killed the original her and then made a new one in her image.
This crown, it turned into what it is after the Dark Tide came. This is what the Threnodian uses to control its resonator.
Oh, okay, this got kind of dark.
When the Threnodian unleashed the second Dark Tide, I, as the Cartethyia you see before you, split the part of myself that wished to live after seeing the corruption that stood before me. I chose to be broken from the very beginning to escape the Threnodian's inevitable grasp. You see, when I destroyed the Threnodian that had taken over the Sentinel's body, it immediately began to assimilate into Fleur-de-Lis, its resonator. She was the part of me that was left after I split myself. She retained the most power, and now hopes to one day destroy everything, even herself. The Threnodian's endless whispers and screeches are slowly chipping away at Fleur-de-Lis's resolve. That's why she had no choice but to split her power's frequencies, just to buy herself more time.
Okay, so she was getting possessed, and she used a resonance power, which is the power of the Sentinel, to split herself, because, again, the Sentinel's power is splitting things apart, the Threnodian's power is merging things together. So the part of herself that is uncorrupted is Cartethyia.
But using such resonance abilities came at a cost. The split frequencies. They needed a vessel. We don't have much time left. So, you see, I have been instinctively searching for someone to wield that power. All that was given, possessed, or taken by the false divinity, I must pass to the one capable of resisting it. This is how I intend to lay the false divinity to rest. Not just its life, but its very existence for all time.
So you're saying behind the last seal lies her actual body? Or the other part of her?
Fleur-de-Lis. The part of me I left behind. The one that also contains the Threnodian.
Okay. I think I get it. Sometimes when they start talking about like the frequencies and things, it's a little confusing because you have to put it into common terms. But it all actually makes sense.
Bound by obsession, till relieved of duty. Today, the part of me that wishes to live on will vanish.
Oh.
Is it because my wish has finally been fulfilled? Will you accompany me one last time?
But I mean, maybe if we get a positive outcome, she can merge merge into the rest of her body and become normal. I guess we'll see.
Seems like I won't get a chance to apologize to Cantarella. Her preparations were futile. Please, tell her I'm sorry. This was where everything started. The origin of the second dark tide. I have one final request. Now that you have the power to split and merge energy, there is something only you can do. Please, use the connection I still share with Fleur-de-Lis to bring the last fragments of her tortured consciousness here. Then, with your power, remake us as one, and finally release us from this world.
Why?
That way, the Threnodian will remain trapped forever in a lifeless shell, unable to return to this world.
So basically, Fleur-de-Lis is the Threnodian's like host body. And if we kill it, we kill the Threnodian. But doesn't that mean the end of the part of you that wishes to live?
I have lived my life to the fullest. I would like the ones who are left to do so as well. Cartethyia has had her wish fulfilled. Now, it's Fleur-de-Lis's turn. She seeks self-destruction to end the divinity, and with it, her torment. She has lost all hope and believes that no rescue is possible. Remaking us as one is the only way I can think of to fulfill her wish. Or rather, grant her what we wish. I was born to this world cursed. The Threnodian intended for me to live as a threat to others. But the puppet born of its wickedness will become the prison that seals its fate. I shall be whole again, true to myself at last. A fitting end, don't you think? I have reached my final destination. One last swan song, and then the lights go out.
I understand.
Thank you. And forgive me.
No, not the flashbang. Well, she got to look at her favorite food. So she lived life to the fullest. She can't even eat the food, but that's beside the point.
I can't hold it any longer!
Why? Why are you doing this. Neither Cartethyia nor Fleur-de-Lis should continue to exist.
Wait, what happened? You chose not to kill her?
Don't go.
Whoa, butt shot.
I heard your request. But I prefer to handle this my way.
Okay.
Not even whole, yet still ever so determined.
Cantarella.
Phone brought me here. I'd have shown myself earlier. But it didn't seem like the right time to interrupt. Looks like what I prepared could still be put to good use.
Turvin.
The Sentinel's sword. It will help you resist the Threnodian's attack.
So she took it with her when she left, but did she do something to it, or?
What's inside?
Oh.
To pass the divine trials, every potential maiden must resonate with the Sentinel through Turvin. Those who survive receive fragments of truth, but at a cost. Memories lost in varying degrees. The lost memories fall into this sonorosphere, each carrying faint traces of the Sentinel's power, the power within those fragments of truth. Turvin absorbs this energy.
Okay, got it. Energy. That's all I need.
The Sentinel's energy flows through you. You are more than worthy of wielding this sword. But you, Cartethyia, you alone must choose to wield it. Only then will it become the Blessed Maiden's sword.
Does it also hold the sacrifice you made?
No, my sacrifice was used up long ago. At the time I resonated with the Sentinel, I saw you through their distorted eyes. Or rather, I saw Fleur-de-Lis battling the Threnodian. In that moment, I made a sacrifice that would shift the balance of power.
Was it?
The energy I received from the Sentinel's second awakening. I split it from myself and offered it back to the Sentinel so they could, for a moment, regain control of their body. Only by doing this could Fleur-de-Lis seize the moment to kill the already tainted Sentinel. So, the real Blessed Maiden is dead. But there is no reason why the false Blessed Maiden cannot herself become the true Blessed Maiden, is there? A person of true character should never be defined by an inanimate blade. Both you and I were cursed to be mere playthings of the Threnodian. But that doesn't mean we cannot reshape our fate.
thank you. In spite of my curse, my life of hardship, I must still save what is true.
Had you not stopped the second dark tide? Well, it is we who should be thanking you.
Wait, what's wrong? Why is she closing her eyes?
At least you can't accuse me of ingratitude. I just need a moment's rest. Apologies, but they're doing something rather important. Please? Do give them some privacy.
She gets to fight off the baddies while we fight the big boss.
Yeah, yep, I get it. We're gonna yoink Leviathan out. Huh? But all you have left is the energy I ate before. Are you sure that's enough?
Some things you just gotta do.
Uh-oh.
Come to me, mighty god killer.
Damn, she got a different voice. Oh. Ow.
Shadow descends. No hesitation. Keep it together.
Ow. Oh no.
Endure and defy.
He's tough. I'm fucked. What is this Elden Ring nonsense?
You are much weaker.
I'm here to save you.
End me, or I will end you.
What's happening? Okay, well, she tried.
You would betray yourself. No! This is not betrayal!
A person of true character should never be defined by an inanimate blade. Both you and I were cursed to be mere playthings of the Threnodian. But that doesn't mean we cannot reshape our fate.
In the end, no matter what anyone else says, as long as you stay true to yourself, everything will be all right.
This is me being true to myself!
Then I will walk down
Imperators.
the glory
No. Your own power. Useless. As long as I can save the person in front of me, I am not useless. No retreat. At least break, damn it! Making joy forever last.
What?
I tried everything. How could this be?
No, she failed?
Again, I failed. I'm sorry. Then I will walk down the glory path, bring honor and kindness back.
This warm light must not fade. Take my power, my blessings, my past. Seek out a future where I am your blade. We'll find it together. Righteous one.
Oh, fuck, she does die. Aw. I thought they were gonna keep her alive. Oh? Era Rover! Rover gains a new ability. Casting resonance skill or holding basic attack allows Rover to leap into the air. Enhanced midair attacks, intro skills, and basic attacks accumulate wind string. Reach max wind string to cast an enhanced resonance skill. So, wind string, I guess, is the name of this bar over here. Cool. Oh. Oh god. Oh, and I get my other abilities too. Oh.
You will obey.
Oh shit. Okay. So we ult to cancel out her attacks.
Swift and resolute. The hour is upon us. None shall whisper. Wind calls, waves follow. Wind howls, unfettered by bounds.
Ooh. That's pretty good damage for
We'll face judgment.
an ult. Oh, and the aerial attacks too. Holy shit. The camera's going crazy.
future, where I am your blade. We'll fight it together.
The frequency in her body is already...
Now we can bring her back.
Arbiter, despair not, for all is not lost. Arbiter, forgive me for meeting thee in such a form.
Imperator, I thought you...
I safeguarded my core data, lest I be wholly assimilated.
Can you save Cartethyia?
Arbiter, dost thou remember the covenant we made?
I read the message I left for myself.
Soon thou shalt recall all. Thou didst desire that I uncover the Threnodian's true nature. So I set forth a condition. That my root privileges be unbound. That I might act without restriction.
With unrestricted access, you were going to...
Merge with Leviathan. A measure of last resort. At the time, I had no other recourse. So, I allowed it to believe it had prevailed.
Why?
The Threnodian is a taint upon civilization. Only by partaking of its blight could I seek to comprehend it.
So? What did you learn?
The Threnodian cannot be undone while civilization endureth. Even it knows not the means of its own destruction.
I mean, it makes sense, right? If Threnodians are a result of mankind's existence, then it stands to reason that you can't just make them go away.
But we may yet shackle it.
What role does Cartethyia play in this?
When Leviathan merged with me, it breached my mind. I offered knowledge of the Resonator, yet concealed one small truth. Beings such as we may bear but a single Resonator. The Threnodian used my return pod to conceive an entity known as Fleur-de-Lis, to make her its Resonator. After centuries of failure, by sheer trial, it found success but once. We were of one body. Therefore, when Fleur-de-Lis became Leviathan's Resonator, she also became mine. But mark this well. To the Sentinel, a Resonator is an anchor. To the Threnodian, they are but a shackle.
What made you decide to leave Turvin with the Thessalias?
When first I did merge with the Threnodian, I sought only but to bide, awaiting a resonator of steadfast will to join me in the war against the Threnodian. After Fleur-de-Lis's conception, Cantarella became my safeguard. But had Fleur-de-Lis fallen to the Threnodian sway, as long as one mortal using Turvin passed the second awakening to become my own resonator, then the law that no being shall bear more than one resonator at a time wouldst have been shattered. This wouldst rend asunder the frequencies of I, Imperator, Leviathan, and Fleur-de-Lis in a tempest of chaos. And the Threnodian wouldst not escape destruction.
Okay.
Such was my intention. Yet Cantarella chose another way.
It's a little bit confusing, but basically if two people bonded to Imperator, it would cause everything to explode. Got it.
Not all journey toward a final destination. Some are destined to pave the way. Take my energy. I will find a way out myself. I trust this will serve to pave the way for you.
She forfeited all the power of the second awakening, surrendering it unto me. With that newfound power, I did briefly regain control, and in that moment, compelled Fleur-de-Lis to strike at my form as it was, corrupted by the Threnodian.
But that wasn't your original plan.
No. It was an unexpected variable. A plan I could not have conceived. Or rather, a plan born of hope. Perhaps this is the influence humanity has wrought upon me. To change is to be free. Fleur-de-Lis overcame the fate Leviathan ordained, and so too did Cantarella walk a path unscribed in my records. Though the journey was fraught with twists, we stand victorious.
Okay, but what happens now? Does Cartethyia get to live then? Does Imperator just fade away forever?
I don't know if the end justifies the means.
Arbiter, was I wrong?
I can't speak for what I wasn't a part of. You did what you could in that moment. Anyone still standing because of it doesn't get to judge.
Arbiter, in the few moments we have left, might I speak with Fleur-de-Lis?
Call her Cartethyia. That's what she wanted. How do you intend to bring her back?
Remnants of her frequency linger within thy tacit mark. So long as a conduit is established, her frequency shall be reborn into her body.
Okay, so when she poofed out of existence, she kind of merged with us a little bit. And now we can put her sparkles back into her body. Bam, bada boom, bada bing. Problem solved.
Me.
And we get to use Imperator as part of the summoning ritual.
This dying breeze hath little time left. Let it guide her on its final journey.
Okay, so I was right. Imperator was going to show up for a little bit, tell us what the heck's going on, and then fade away.
Arbiter, one question remains. Did I fulfill the charge set upon me?
I'm sure.
arbiter. Take these words to the Phasaelius. From this day forth, you are free.
Yay, no more insanity. They don't have to kill each other anymore.
Cartethyia, awaken.
You are...
I am Imperator, a being that owes you a great debt. I have a question I wish to ask thee. Dost thou rage at how life has unfolded? Dost thou renounce faith or hold resentment? If thou wishes to forget, I can erase the past from thy memory.
Such memories do bring me pain, but that is evidence of their truth. Without the truth, I would not have had the strength to carry on. The truth is a beacon in the maelstrom of my life, and I would rather suffer for it and rejoice in it than abandon it to blissful ignorance.
Okay.
I am true to myself. Please, don't make me forget who I am.
I have heard thy wish.
If I go, you will be one step closer to perfection.
Okay, but can we have her adult form, please?
No. If you do that, I wouldn't be me. To deny my own self and my experiences means any perfection I reach will be hollow. I would be heartless.
Oh.
Thou hast neither